Hello, I'm Chocolate Cake. Welcome back to Kaizo 3. We're jumping right into the next stage today. I actually had fun with this. For maybe like the second or third time in this game so far. I actually kind of did like this stage. It was tough, but pretty fun, I think. It wasn't stupid like the last stage with the maze. It was challenging. I did have a little issues with it, but I guess we'll see when that happens. So obviously we've got Yoshi, and well, you can see right there that there's got to be like a yellow switch palace somewhere that we haven't gotten to. That would make this stage easier. It is still possible to beat it without the yellow switch palace completed, but it really makes this stage a lot easier. But I didn't really have any issues. But anyways, as I was saying, we have Yoshi, which means we're probably going to need him. Wow. We're probably going to need Yoshi for either most of the stage or all of the stage. And right here we've got some tricky timing to get that shell, so we can spit it out at the stupid jumping chuck down there. And this is actually my first run through of the level. I was going to just go through it and then beat it, then record it again on like a second playthrough. But I was already recording when I did this anyway, so I figured I might as well just keep this, because it didn't end up being too long. I don't think I would have really been able to complete a lot of this that much quicker, because there's a decent amount of basically just trial and error here. Like, trying to land on Yoshi between those two munchers is a little difficult. But I think the idea of having to get Yoshi to run on his own while you're doing platforming is kind of cool, and it's not overly frustrating how it's implemented. I mean, I had a little trouble with this one, but I wasn't actually really frustrated. At least it was tough, like I said, but I never really got pissed off at this level. I ended up using the rewind key a lot more than save states. I'm not really sure why, but it just seemed to be working out better for me. Actually, landing on Yoshi here is pretty tough, because you've got one block to land on him, and then of course there's a nice invisible block that will kill you if you kind of reflex jump away from that area. And here I was kind of misunderstanding what I was supposed to be doing. I thought I was going to eat the Koopa and spit it at the Pokey, but as it turns out, that doesn't actually damage the Pokey anyway. So, what you're supposed to do is just eat it. And again, there's those yellow blocks that would make this like 100 times easier, because you could just stand there and jump, instead of having to jump out, eat, and then go back to safety. I did have a bit of trouble with this one, because it is kind of a tight jump, and like, if you know Mario, you can't just hug the wall all the time, because if you do that, then you might end up just missing and hitting the muncher. So you kind of have to time your return a little bit. It makes sense when to do that. Like, you're not going to be struggling too hard, but I certainly was. I'm not sure why, but I had a lot of problems just with hitting that corner, and every time I ran back to the right, I would, or to the left, I mean, I would hit the corner on my next trip over for some reason. Especially right here, I had a lot of issues, and I don't know why. I just kept jumping in the exact same spot. But I did eventually figure out that what I could do is just eat the last section of the Pokey as I jump on the Koopa to make it a little bit easier on myself. Actually, eating the last part of the Pokey, though, was kind of the difficult part, because the hitbox is a little weird for Yoshi's tongue. I finally got it, though. This jump was a little frustrating. There's like one frame that you can actually do what you're supposed to do. I figured out what I was supposed to do really quickly, but actually getting it done is the hard part. Obviously, you need to get Yoshi to jump over that bottom muncher and not bounce off the top like that, but you also need enough speed because there's lava at the bottom, and Yoshi will fall into that just like I did. And there were a lot of times where I got jumps like that where it seemed totally fine, but Yoshi missed for some reason. Still not sure exactly how to get this jump right. I just kind of got lucky and eventually got it. And I was actually here for a little bit, so I cut out a little bit, but not a whole lot. And I think this is where I get it, finally. Yes. Having a little trouble with an easy jump. And I'm not really sure why the checkpoint's there. I guess just to be a jerk. Because even if you die and restart, you'll just die instantly when you're there. So I guess it's to trick you into thinking that you could get big or something. I don't know. I was trying to jump into it. I don't know why. Obviously you can't jump into it, but I thought you could for some reason. With Yoshi, I mean, not just as Mario. So I just decided to get the checkpoint anyway for no reason. And here, I had a little trouble setting up Yoshi properly, because I wanted as much time as I could get. So I wanted Yoshi to run to the left at the top of the ledge here. But then I also had to jump off and make it onto the block on the right, which is a little tricky. But finally got it, and then this part was kind of difficult too, just because of the timing between the baseballs and the jump and chuck is a little tough. I did eventually figure out that standing over the baseball chuck is the right way of doing things, because then he won't turn around and start throwing baseballs where you're going to be. And then here, actually, you can see there's another place where the yellow switch would come in handy, because you'd have or actually, you'd have infinite chances to get onto Yoshi, because he would turn around at the wall on the right here, and then if you missed then you could just go back to the left and have him run into the wall, turn around, and try again. Even so, this isn't too difficult. It's just kind of a matter of manipulating the AI to do what you want it to. Like I finally figured out with the baseball chuck. And then I had a little difficulty getting the jumping chuck to jump high enough, or not high enough, but late enough so that I could run under him. And then also, of course, at the right time so that I would land on Yoshi, but oh well. And right there, I was pretty sure that I had hit the jump button, but I guess I was a little too low. And so I landed in the lava. And I don't know how that shell got stuck in the wall there. It was kind of weird. But here, you kind of have some pretty tight jumps. And then, of course, when you get to the end, there's an invisible coin block, so you really have to go at a kind of extreme angle, because even like there, I thought I would have been safe, but I still hit it somehow. So that was kind of one of the worst parts, I think. That, and actually this was pretty cool, but really hard to do. Once again, yellow switch would be a lot easier because you have a much wider area that you can get Yoshi to land on. And then here's some really weird button presses too, because you have to jump and you have to hold jump, spit out the shell, and then jump off of Yoshi while you're running, because otherwise you won't have enough speed. Yoshi won't have enough speed. It's kind of awkward, but that's kind of like this stage. Like the gimmick of this stage is just really awkward combinations of button presses. I'm not sure what I was trying to do there. I think I was looking for an invisible block that I could jump on, but there is not one here, as far as I know. And it was like, I think it was this time, or one of these times, I saw Yoshi right there. He was just kind of sitting there. So I thought maybe there was like a block just under the lava, that would be safe to stand on. So I thought maybe I was getting close, and so I was kind of trying to just land on that, or get Yoshi to land on it. And see there, he like slid over to the right too. So I thought there was something there. There isn't. I just thought there was. And I found out eventually what you're supposed to do is actually, here I was doing like the highest jump I could, but since it's kind of a low gap, what you need is distance. So what you want to do is just do a low jump, because that'll get you far enough. And we're already at the end of the stage, basically. Once again, yellow blocks would help, but we don't need any of that. This part is also another really awkward button press, because you could probably tell what you're supposed to do is eat the shell, run to the right, spit out the shell, jump off of the shell, and then spin jump off of Yoshi to get up to the top here. And I think I was trying to get more height than I really needed to. I think when I finally got it, I cleared it by quite a bit, but even still, this is just kind of a weird, hard to pull off maneuver. It's pretty cool, but like it was nice seeing this here, because this was kind of what I was trying to do with the purple shell earlier on, or what I was accidentally doing a lot actually, was I'd spit it out and then land on it in midair. So I thought, oh, that'd be cool if we actually had to do that later, and turns out, well, you do. And yeah, see, even there, I fell down a lot before I managed to jump up, and still made it. So that's the end of the stage, and I think next time we'll actually go back and do the alternate exit for the maze level. But here's just a quick preview of what's coming up after that.